Hi everyone, Queen Tay here. So today I will be guiding you in a practice that will loosen up your hips, hamstrings, quads, just all those muscles that we use when we are running that are important, that can help us with our stride, can help us with just strengthening and our flexibility, decreasing our risk for injury. I mean, like any kind of sport, but today we're focusing on some of the stretches that we would do as runners. So put on something comfy. I'll meet you on the mat. If you have a strap, which I have here, you can bring a strap. If not, you can bring a rolled up towel. All right. All right, so let's start out on our hands and knees in a tabletop position. So from here, let's move through just a few hip circles just to wake up the hips. Settling in. Let's reverse our circles. Welcome any cracks or creaks. And from here, come to stillness. Again, making sure your hips are aligned over your knees, your shoulders are aligned over your wrist. And I always like to start warming up with a few cat-cows. It's so good for the back and everything. Your core, lower body. So on your next inhale, I want you to drop that belly down towards the mat. Lift the gaze up. Feeling that stretch in the lower back. Exhale, let's roll through one vertebrae at a time, starting with the lower back to the upper back. Into your shoulder blades, creating space. Inhale to drop that belly down, lift the gaze all the way up. Pushing the floor away. Exhale. Inhale to drop that belly. Exhale, roll it up. 1, 2, 3. On your next inhale, come back to a center or neutral spine. On your next inhale, I want you to reach out the right hand as if you're shaking someone's hand, the left leg as you keep all those muscles engaged. Keep the ribs pulled in, navel tucked in towards the spine, engaging everything here. Left hand is gripping the mat. On your next exhale, I want you to exhale that elbow to your knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in, elbow in the nose. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale to extend. And this time, I want you to bring a bend into that knee, but keep it hovering. Keep that elbow hovering. Inhale. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale to go out. Exhale, bring it in. One more time. Push through. You got this. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale to slowly lower it down. Beautiful. That's a great way to warm up, right? Now let's go to the other side. Let's inhale that left hand out, right foot out, toes flex towards the ground. Exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale to extend. One more time. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to extend. Keeping the limbs bent almost. So keep it in a flex position. Inhale, let's come out long. Lateral. Exhale. Crunch in. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Inhale, working that core. Exhale, warming things up. Inhale, hands back to the mat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So from here, I want you to swivel the hips towards the left side of the room. Take the gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Swivel the hips to the right. Take the gaze over the right shoulder. Keeping that navel tucked in. Inhale back to center. So from here, I want you to tuck those toes under. Send the hips high, downward facing dog. And just pedal out your dog here. Keeping those hands planted, navel tucked in, thighs lifted. Allow the chest to melt towards the top of your thighs. Heels melting towards the ground. And then from here, I want you to tiptoe your toes to the top of the mat. And from here, let's just hang in our ragdolls. We always kind of just to warm up. Release any stress. Bring a little bend in your knees. Allow the chest to fall to the top of your thighs here. They don't need to be straight. Inhale to lift halfway. As you slide your fingertips up your shins, or they can be touching the mat, but you want to create this flat back. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale to reach those arms all the way up. Exhale those hands at heart center. Beautiful. So from here, let's bring our big toes to touch with a slight gap in our heels. As we inhale, let's sink the booty down, squeezing the knees together. Sits bones are facing toward the mat or toward the ground. Navel tucked in and towards the heart. Those pinkies are spiraled inward. Try to keep your biceps by your ears. Let the gaze come up towards the ceiling or your fingertips. And let's just hold it here for 5, 4, 3, keep breathing, 2, 1. Let's exhale as we fold it forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, let's plant our hands. Let's step the right foot back. Drop the back knee and untuck the toes. So we are modifying here. From here, I want you to bring their left foot to the outside of the left hand. And I want you to bring your left hand to the inside of that left thigh. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly just push that thigh towards the left side as if you're opening up a book or flowering the hip open. Let the gaze come over that left shoulder. Just feel that stretch on the inner thigh and your quads and your glutes. Inhale to bring that thigh back in. And from here, I want you to come into a half split. So here, you might even need to wiggle that front foot forward. And from here, let's just upward facing dog our chest arm. Bring our chest proud again, keeping the ribs tucked in towards that spine. And then slowly walk your hands down. You're going to allow yourself to fold into this pose, remembering to keep a 90-degree angle in that back knee. Feeling the stretch in that left hamstring. Continuing to breathe into any areas that are uncomfortable. Inhale to bring the front knee back forward. You can slide your left foot back some and just sink into the stretch as you inhale, rise those arms up and sink into the stretch. You should feel a deep stretch in that right quadricep or the front of the right thigh. As you exhale, let's frame out that front foot, bringing the left hand on the left side of the left foot and the right hand on the right side of the left foot. Step back into a high plank. From here, I want you to bring your shoulders as much forward as you can. Come to your toes and drop your knees, chest, chin to the mat. Keeping those hips high, feeling a little stretch in the lower back. Untuck the toes, send the hips forward. Come into a baby cobra. Keeping the elbows by the ribs. As you exhale, tuck those toes under. You can bring your hips back towards your feet and come up into a downward facing dog, or you can just come straight into a downward facing dog. From here, right leg lifts. You can step it between your hands. This time, drop the back knee and untuck the toes. Right hand comes on the inside of that right foot. Wiggle the right foot towards the outer edge of that mat. Keeping the left hand planted. Bring the right hand to the inside of the right thigh. Gazes over the right shoulder. And gently press as you flower open at the right thigh. Feeling the stretch on the opposite side. From here, guide your thigh back to a neutral position. You might need to wiggle it back into center. Bring that right hand on the other side, and let's sink the hips back for a half split on the other side. Beautiful. Again, squaring the chest up and gently folding into the stretch. I hope you guys can't hear that lawnmower outside. Continuing to breathe as you fold a little deeper on your exhale. Beautiful. Slowly begin to rise on an inhale. Scoot that right foot back some. Bring both hands to the outside of the foot. Step back into our high plank again. And this time you can either come straight into your low plank, or you can drop your knees, chest, chin. Whatever's in your practice today. Inhale to an upward facing dog, or a full cobra. Let's just go there, full cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Let's take about 3 breaths here. Using our Ujjayi breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, with that slight constriction in the back of your throat, feeling or sounding like you're in the ocean. On your next inhale, step both feet to the top of the mat to meet your hands. Bringing the big toes to touch. Inhale slightly as you come up halfway, belly tucked in. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, sit back, Uttanasana chair pose. Again, keeping that navel tucked in, sit bones are towards the ground. Exhale, hands at heart center. Beautiful. Let's flow through. Inhale. Let's reach those arms all the way up. Exhale, let's fold it forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, let's fold it forward. This time, let's step the left foot back as we come into a pyramid pose. So your left heel might be grounded up, just lifted off the ground ever so slightly. Take an inhale and slowly fold down, feeling that stretch in the back of the right hamstring. Perfect timing for someone to cut the grass. Bringing both hands to your hips, I want you to slowly rise up. As you inhale, reach the arms high. And then as you exhale, let's come into a warrior two. So that back foot is now parallel with the back edge of the mat. Sink in. So here you're straight. You want to sink into that front knee. Gaze is over the front finger. Flip the front palm. Send the hips forward. Reach back as you sweep the ceiling and let the left hand graze the back of that left thigh for our reverse warrior. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring both hands down to cartwheel up. Hands down, frame out that front foot. Step back into our downward facing dog. From here, left leg, steps between the hands, straighten through. As you come into pyramid pose on the opposite side, continuing to breathe, allowing your body to melt into this pose. If this is where you are, that is absolutely fine. Even if this is too much, you can bring a slight bend into that knee. From here, bring the hands to the hips and slowly rise up on an inhale, using those core muscles. Bring the hands out long, bend to that front leg as for our warrior two. Pivot the back foot if it's not already parallel with the back edge of the mat. Flip the front palm, reach it forward, sweep up to reach back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to a high plank. Let's move through one more vinyasa. Take an inhale here. Let's play with our strength a little bit, or you can use your modification. Exhale, or you can skip this part all along to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog with the thighs lifted, pressing the toenails into the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now from here, I want you to step your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Sink the hips low as we come into our yogi squat or malasana. Pressing the hands into each other. Pushing the knees back with the elbow to create even more space. This is easy for you. You can bring your fists together. Also, if this is easy for you, you can use those lower pelvic muscles to lift yourself just to create a little bit of strength and stretching in this pose. I always like to offer the opportunity to play with crow in this pose. So that's completely up to you. I will do it one time for anyone who's interested in playing. Bringing both palms to the mat, bringing my knees to the insides of my armpits. My gaze is forward about 6 to 8 inches in front of my mat. Lifting one foot, lifting two. Using all my core muscles. Squeezing everything in. I'll make sure I post, or actually I have a video with me doing a crow tutorial, but I will absolutely do another one if you guys want me to. Leave a comment below. So from here, I want you just to allow yourself to come into a seat. This is where you can use your strap or your towel. So just bring it close by. And I want you to slowly lower down to your mat. your rolled up towel. Bring your right knee into your chest. You can bring your foot, wrap the towel around your foot. Holding the towel in your right hand. Trying to make sure you keep that left leg grounded. Bringing the foot towards your nose or your knee towards your nose. Feeling that stretch. Slowly guide that foot to the right side of the room. Feeling the stretch. Inhale back to center. Grab the towel with the opposite hand. Allow that leg to fall towards the left. Keeping that left butt cheek on the mat. So if your butt cheek starts to lift on the left, come back over a little bit more. Come back to the right. You should still feel a stretch in the back of the hamstring. Inhale back to center. Bend the knee. Slowly remove the towel. Allow that right leg to fall out long. Switching legs. Bring the left knee in towards the nose. Wrap that towel around the foot. There we go. Taking the towel in the left hand. Bringing that leg towards your face. Keeping that right leg grounded. If you need to use your right hand to press that right thigh to the mat, feel free to do so. Feel a nice stretch back in the hamstrings. Slowly guide that left leg towards the left side of the room. You should feel the stretch right into the right hip. And make sure you're breathing into these uncomfortable areas. Allowing your body to have some relaxation, release any tension or stress. Your muscles, when you're stressed and tense, your muscles tend to do the same thing. So you want to try to just remain relaxed as possible and breathe and allow your body to change. Inhale, leg back to center. This time you grab the towel or strap with the right hand and allow your leg to fall towards the right side of the room. Inhale back to center. Release the towel as you bend the knee. You can place it off to the side. I want you to give your knees a generous bend. And that's coming to a happy baby. So grabbing the outer edges of your feet. Knees are in your armpits. Bottom of your feet are facing towards the ceiling. Just feel that stretch here. So make sure you don't lift your lower back or your sacrum too far off the ground. You want to keep that as flush on the ground as possible. You'll feel the stretch even more. If you want to take this stretch a little bit deeper, you can go a half happy baby, straightening one leg at a time. Or you can do ecstatic baby where you straighten out both feet at the same time. Again, keeping that lower back flush with the mat. Beautiful. Slowly bring those knees back in and allow the legs to come out long. I thank you for sharing your practice with me today, and with the hopes that you can take this practice with you on your daily routines. Bring my thumbs to third eye center, and I bow to you as I say, Namaste.